said this week that luck explains some of these 12 straight wins. Do you feel like we're sort of unlucky today to lose your best player?
No, I really just have to give credit to Duke. I thought they played really well. They made plays. They forced turnovers and did what they needed to do to win the game. Certainly, Mike's big for our football team, but I didn't think that that was the key. I just thought that Duke's kids played really well, and we didn't make enough plays today.
You gave up a lot of third and very longs. How frustrating was that?
Well, we had 2 third and longs that were really disappointing. We tried to take them out of field goal range, thinking we're doing the right thing coaching-wise. In hindsight, I probably wouldn't do that because, even with a good possession throw, they're back in field goal range. So that's probably, my fault. But still, you don't give up that big of a third and long. And then we gave up another one that ended up in points. So, yeah, I thought defensively, other than giving up the big third and longs, the two that against that offense, I thought our defense rallied pretty good today.
Except for the very last drive, what was the trouble of protecting Tanner in the second half, getting him time to get to it all, get past the end?
I don't know, Dan. We'll have to look. Could have been routes not being run as crisp as they needed to. Honestly, I think Duke's kids played good. I thought they had a good pass rush up front. I thought they did a good job on the back end. So we'll look at it, but maybe we weren't breaking routes off as sharp as we needed to. Might have been running just into the wrong coverage for us and the right coverage for them. I'm sure protection was not as good as we'd like for it to be. I don't think it's going to be any one guy.
How good is this Duke team? I mean, you both came in at 3-1. Is this the best Duke team you've seen in a few years?
Well, I think so. They've been a little bit like us. They've had some injuries and they've had to rally, with some injured players and some substitute guys that they've put in. So I'm really impressed with the way they're playing. I thought kids came in and played hard today, and when they had to make plays, they did. So I think it's a pretty good team. But they're like us. You play good teams every week, so it's tough.
Did you thought maybe you caught a break when Renfree was unable to return, Jim?
Well, of course, we didn't know whether he'd come back or not.
Right.
We didn't know whether that was going to be the deal. But we think that we've seen enough of the Boone kid to feel like he can get the job done. He's got really strong arm, as you saw, and we're in more option stuff with him, so we felt like that they had a very capable player in him. It wasn't like a feeling of relief when Renfree wasn't out there.
Did you get a good look at Terrence Davis' attempt to catch that ended up being the interception? That little catch, can you tell?
It just seemed like a test on the sideline. Basically we feel about like anything you get both hands on, you got to come down with. But you don't catch everything, and I thought pretty good throw by Tanner's a little hot. It's coming now. You got to catch it, but just disappointing because I think that's going to be a big play. I think we'd have maybe got 20-25 yards out of that play.
What about the impact of the Llama Dragon? It looked like it fell right through his hands. And what was the impact there, and how did you see that play, Jim?
Well, I think both of those plays would have been big plays for us. And in Sherman's case, we had the good position, and the ball was thrown right on the money. That's the series that we ended up with the turnover. And now we're out around midfield, possibly in the end zone if the defensive back doesn't make the play on Sherman. So we would have liked to have had it, but we still shouldn't have turned the ball over. I think when they punted to us, we didn't field the punt. We let it roll down to the 7-yard line, and that got us backed up. And then we missed the throw to Sherman, which would have been huge. It would have gotten us out of a hole. But then we just can't turn the football over down there. And the problem is you want to sit on it a little bit like we did at the end of the first half. You're not playing great, and you don't want to turn it over backed up. But at the same time, you got to go try to win a football game. And just disappointing that a couple of the turnovers came when the game was on the line.
Those were the plays that you made previous in this series.
Well, you know, we've had a lot of different things happen in this series, Dan. I mean, it's been, every year's been different, and we've always had barn burners and games that, you know, are exciting to watch. You know, I just thought Duke's kids played really good today. I thought they played really good. I thought we had some opportunities and didn't make plays that we could have made.
Coach, how did Tanner and the rest of the offense adjust when they found out that Camp was not going to be able to come in for the remainder of the game?
You know, I don't know. I can't get in kids' minds. That's you know, impossible. But you know, I didn't sense that there was any you know, problem. I've always experienced that when somebody goes down, you know, usually somebody else steps up, and hopefully here over the next few weeks we'll have some guys that you know, get more repetitions and we'll develop some more go-to guys. But certainly from everybody's perspective, we don't like seeing Camp hurt. You know, he's a really good player and an even better kid, and so it was really disappointing when he got hurt.
Any idea what his future status is?
He broke his hand. He broke the back of his hand.
Which one?
Well, I guess the back of your hand.
Right.
Back or front. He broke his hand, and I don't know what the prognosis will be. I don't know what they'll do, whether they'll, you know, set it or operate on it. I don't know what they'll do, but he'll be out for a while. It's about the only position that, you know, you have to be able to use your hands. You know, we could have casted him up if he was defensive lineman or linebacker, but as a receiver, we got to get him fixed up and healed. So it'll be a while.
With him being a possession receiver, that he is, you talk about how it trickles down the rest of the offense and how much of an effect it has to not have him in the lineup.
Well, you know, the thing that you saw today is you got to catch a football. You know, we had a lot of opportunities today to catch the ball and didn't do that. And you know, he's always been a money guy for us. You know, when you throw him the ball, very rarely does that guy ever drop a football. So, you know, so whether it's a possession receiver that you're talking about or you know, intermediate or deep ball guy, you know, you just need to catch a football. So we'll see as we go forward. Somebody's got to develop, and hopefully more than one guy.
It's still good about your rushing attack, except for the most part, we've been there running the football.
Yeah, we did, Mike. I think we're a little better running the football now. Shame, I think, you know, we wasted a pretty good opportunity today because we had a little bit of that mix, a little bit of run, a little bit of throw. Especially started out early, then went a little flat, then started picking it up again. And, you know, I was really disappointed when we were, I think, you know, after the turnover that we got down in their territory, that we had, you know, third or second and 3, and ended up having to kick a field goal there. You know, going up 4 there would have been huge for us, and, you know, 2 running plays didn't get us anything. So, you know, that was a disappointing part of the game for me. I thought our running game overall was better, but, you know, you'd like to think you can get 2 or 3 yards on a couple running plays.
Is the punt return thing something you'll be really concentrating on, keeping the ball?
Well, that's, you know, again, you talk about trickle down a little bit. Camp's our guy back there, and you know, we've worked all week that they like to rugby punt and they're going to kick it to the right sideline, and you know, Camp got most of the reps, and you know, we think Scooby catches the ball well. He's dangerous if he gets it, and that's just inexperience, you know, because we haven't really used him as the guy very much. You know, he's gone out and caught some, but he's not really been the guy, and I'm, you know, I've got to look at the video too, Dan, because we could find out it probably wouldn't have been, might have been not been a good ball to go chase and try to catch. You know, it may have been one you should stay away from, but I can't say for sure.
You've had 3 really key injuries. Well, of course, Bud was just the 1 game but you missed him for a game, and you keyed him for 2.5 games. Now Camp hears that. Are you having to fight this whole thing about buzzer's luck or anything?
Well, you know, the problem is, Dan, is, you know, some kids get banged up and they're not key guys. You know, you're talking about 3 really key football players for us, and that's what makes it hard. And then the problem, be interesting to see how Nikita played today. I was a little bit worried because I thought he was a little bit sore early in the week and thought he got better. as the week went on, so it'll be interesting to see how he played. We know Camps can get the job done if he's healthy and out there. And then, with Morrell, same problem that Nikita has. He still has some issues with that hamstring. So, sometimes an injury doesn't take you out of the lineup, but it lingers to the point that you're not as effective as you could be. So, going forward, hopefully we'll get, Nikita full speed, we'll get Bud full speed, and I have no idea yet how quickly we'll get Camp back.
You could use that week off after Maryland.
Well, I think so. You probably need more than one, but it would be good.
Had 3 out of 4 at home. Is it going to be good to get on the road? I know sometimes that refocuses the team and get your attention and make sure you know that you're on top of your game. But is this a good time to go on the road, even with injuries?
I really can't say. I think that we just got to play better. I thought today it was good to be at home. I thought we had when it went 20-20. I was a little disappointed we didn't go 24-20. But I thought we were in really good position to win a football game today, and being at home usually helps, and so I'm disappointed in that. But, the focus for us has just got to be on, knowing that we're going to play some really good football teams here down the stretch, and whether it's home or away, we better play better than we did today. All right, guys.
Thanks, Coach.